Is Liverpool destroying a legacy or building the future? Anfield is undergoing a massive transformation, turning a historic football cathedral into a modern powerhouse, but they're upgrading everything without losing the soul of the place. Can you modernize tradition without killing the magic? This is the boldest stadium overhaul in Premier League history, and it's rewriting what it means to grow with your fans. Welcome to Big Builds. From Everton's ground to Liverpool's fortress. Believe it or not, Anfield didn't start as Liverpool's home. It was Everton's. Back in 1884, long before the Sea of Red, Everton played their home matches at Anfield. It was a modest setup, timber stands, muddy pitches, and a few thousand fans huddled under gray skies. But in 1892, everything changed. A heated rent dispute with the stadium's owner exploded. Everton packed up and left for Goodison Park, just across Stanley Park. And in the vacuum they left behind, a new club was born. Liverpool Football Club. That messy breakup might have felt like a disaster at the time, but it sparked one of football's greatest legacies. What rose from that split was a club destined for global greatness. Over the next 130-plus years, Liverpool FC built a dynasty, with iconic players, unforgettable moments, and a stadium that grew from wooden stands to a legendary fortress. But as time moved on, Anfield began to show its age. While clubs like Arsenal, Tottenham, and even Manchester City poured billions into futuristic arenas packed with hospitality lounges and state-of-the-art facilities, Anfield remained largely old school. Narrow concourses, outdated infrastructure, bare-bones corporate boxes. The atmosphere, still unmatched. But financially, it was falling dangerously behind. Liverpool faced a pivotal decision: follow the trend and build a shiny new stadium elsewhere, or double down on history and drag Anfield into the future, brick by brick. They chose the hard road, the emotional road, the right road, and what's being built now is more than a renovation, it's a resurrection. The main stand, a giant rises. The club chose to fight. In 2016, Liverpool unveiled a £115 million expansion of the main stand, and it was jaw-dropping. This wasn't just a few thousand new seats. This was a complete reinvention of what that side of the stadium could be. It added over 8,500 seats, pushed Anfield's capacity to over 54,000, and completely redefined the stadium's skyline. Let's talk scale. The main steel truss weighed 650 tons. Construction crews built around and above the old stand, keeping match days alive without forcing the team to relocate. A logistical miracle in itself. And the finished product? Stunning. The stand towers above the pitch, with sleek glass facades and massive overhangs that look modern without feeling cold or corporate. It's like they layered a spaceship over a temple, but most importantly, it felt like Anfield. The Shankly Gates stayed. The Hillsborough Memorial remained untouched. The new concourses featured historical nods, plaques, quotes, even a preserved section of the old brickwork. It was Liverpool saying, "We can grow, but we won't forget who we are." The Anfield Road stand, pushing past 60,000. The main stand was Phase 1. Phase 2, the Anfield Road end. Approved in 2021 and completed in 2023, this £80 million project added another 7,000 seats, pushing the total capacity to just over 61,000. That makes Anfield the fourth largest stadium in the Premier League, behind Old Trafford, the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and the London Stadium. But here's what makes this build special. It's fan first. The design is ultra sleek with 2 stacked tiers, sweeping roofs, and improved accessibility. The old Anfield Road stand was always the most modest. Now, it's a showpiece. And just like before, Liverpool kept the stadium open during construction. Games continued. Fans filled the stands. The transition was so smooth, some fans barely noticed the chaos happening above their heads. They even tested sections and stages to avoid a rushed rollout. Every new seat, every safety rail, every screen, checked, tested, and approved in waves. It was meticulous, and that attention to detail paid off. Today, the Anfield Road stand doesn't just add capacity, it completes the stadium. It balances the bowl. It turns the whole ground into a pressure cooker of sound. The sound of Anfield, louder than ever. Anfield has always been loud, but now it's become a sonic weapon. As part of the stadium overhaul, engineers took sound seriously, like military level seriously. They used advanced acoustic modeling software to sculpt how the stadium sounds, not just how it looks. Every curve, every panel, every surface in the new main stand and Anfield Road stand was tested, tweaked, and refined to amplify crowd noise. They mapped echoes, studied reverberations, and selected materials that bounce sound inward instead of letting it escape into the Liverpool sky. The result? The Anfield Roar doesn't just echo anymore, it hits. It surrounds you. It feels like it's inside your chest. Opposition players have talked about it, how the walls feel like they're closing in, how the volume feels physically overwhelming. The roar bounces between the towering main stand and the cop like a cannon blast. A routine corner kick suddenly feels like a penalty in a final. A goal? It feels like an earthquake. And this isn't just about noise. It's about energy. It's about intimidation. It's about momentum. Jurgen Klopp famously called it the best 12th man in world football, and he meant it. During that legendary 4-0 comeback against Barcelona in 2019, the stadium didn't just shake, it roared them back to life. These upgrades didn't just keep the Anfield atmosphere alive, they turned it into a weapon. Not just for matchday, the stadium that never sleeps. Today's elite stadiums can't survive on matchday revenue alone. They need to be entertainment hubs, business centers, and tourist destinations, and Anfield is now all three. The expanded main stand added premium lounges, sleek hospitality boxes, and state-of-the-art media zones. The food, locally sourced. The bars, packed with Liverpool memorabilia. The experience, worth every pound. There's even a dedicated fan zone outside the stadium now, with food trucks, live music, and pre-match entertainment that turns game day into a full-on festival. And on non-match days, the place stays alive. Anfield now hosts everything from charity dinners to wedding receptions. The museum draws tourists daily. The club shop is booming. Stadium tours sell out fast, letting fans from around the world walk the tunnel, touch the sign, and sit in Klopp's seat. It's not just a stadium anymore, it's a global landmark. Community first, building with the fans. Here's where Liverpool did something most big clubs don't do. They listened. Instead of steamrolling ahead with development, the club worked directly with local residents, city officials, and supporters groups. They held consultations, gathered feedback, modified plans. There were serious concerns: traffic congestion, noise levels, housing pressure. But the club responded with real investments: better pedestrian access, improved parking, enhanced security, and support for local businesses. Even more impressive, they didn't chase the money and move out of the city. Staying at Anfield was harder and more expensive than starting fresh elsewhere. But the club knew that leaving would mean ripping out its own heart. For Liverpool, the stadium is the club. It's where identity lives. And that loyalty to location turned what could have been a corporate expansion into a community triumph. Historic moments, same old magic. Anfield's magic isn't in the walls, it's in what's happened inside them. The 96 remembered, the banners on the Kop, the floodlit European nights, Gerrard's last stand, the 4-3 thrillers, the last-minute screamers, the title-clinching wins. The past clings to the place, and Liverpool knew better than to wipe that slate clean. Instead, the new stadium amplifies that legacy. The walk from the tunnel still brushes past the iconic "This is Anfield" sign. The mosaic tributes are still there. Even the new architecture includes subtle nods, from red steel beams to etched plaques celebrating milestones. This isn't a new chapter, it's a continuation. And fans feel it. That's why they keep coming back, not just to watch football, but to relive a million memories while creating new ones. What's next for Anfield? So what's next? Liverpool have teased future upgrades, including better digital experiences, expanded accessibility features, and potential safe standing zones in select areas. There's also talk of improving rail connections and public transport to handle the rising number of fans. Tech-wise, Anfield is heading toward full digital ticketing, app-based ordering, and interactive kiosks for fans. Think faster entry, shorter queues, and a more personalized match day, all without killing the vibe. And with UEFA and Premier League standards evolving fast, Liverpool is keeping pace, proving they can innovate without selling out. Anfield isn't finished, but it's never looked stronger. Legacy rebuilt. Anfield's Overhaul is a masterclass in how to expand with integrity. In a world where clubs chase profit over people, Liverpool took the road less traveled, upgrading a 19th century ground without losing its 21st century relevance. It's a blueprint for every club who wants to grow and keep their soul. So what do you think? Is this the greatest stadium evolution in Premier League history? Let us know in the comments. Smash that like button if you believe tradition still matters. And if you love stadiums that blend history with future, subscribe now. We've got even bigger builds on the way. This is Big Builds, and we'll see you at the next ground.